Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. Appreciate your view. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about the top 5 tips for beginning streamers. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. Glad that you're here. If this is the second time that you've seen one of my videos, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And if you like the content that's presented here, think about hitting that like button on this one. Appreciate it. Very, very nice of you. If at any time you would want to come by and talk to me personally, twitch.tv/footballfreak215. I stream there every single day, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time till about 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Would love to see your beautiful name in chat. Anyway, let's get into the top 5 tips for beginning streamers. All right, so tip number 1 that I have for you is you need to learn to talk to yourself. When you begin your stream, it's really difficult for someone to come into your stream and sit and just have you sit there. Let's just pretend right quick. I've got my gaming controller or mouse and keyboard if you're a mouse and PC player, you know, whatevs. But anyway, you come into the stream and the person's just like, is that interesting content? Is that cool? Like, would you want to keep watching that? Like, rewatch your content and figure out if that's fun to watch. You know, if you're sitting there and you're just playing a game, anybody can do that. They don't want to watch that. But it's really cool if while you're playing the game, you're actually narrating what's going on, you're making decisions, and in real time you're able to talk to yourself. And so it's a hard step to come over because you're basically narrating everything that you do. So when you're driving alone, start making decisions by saying like, okay, I think I'm going to switch lanes here just due to the fact that this guy behind me is not going very fast and the guy in front of me is going fast enough to where I can actually shift into the next lane. I need to make a left turn here because I don't want to go to Chick-fil-A, but I actually want to go down to In-N-Out. You know, something bizarre and crazy. Just start talking to yourself. When you start talking to yourself, your audience can get more engaged. And when you say certain things that are maybe out of context or kind of weird, it prompts people to actually respond in your chat, which is what we absolutely want. So it actually corresponds straight into what tip number 2 is. Tip number 2 is you need to respond to chat as early and as often as possible. The second someone comes in, you need to grasp their attention. I believe that I've heard a metric somewhere that you have between 3 and 5 seconds when someone clicks on your stream to actually engage with them and grip them to actually keep viewing. So as you continue talking and talking about random subjects, people who have clicked randomly into your stream will have opinions and thoughts about the certain topic that you're talking about, and we'll talk about that in chat. After that chat session has started, you have about 3 to 5 seconds. I usually try to do it within 10 because 3 to 5 is really too difficult for you to actually make sure that you make. But if you don't respond within 10 seconds, it's really difficult to try and grip that viewer to stay in your stream because you're not responding to your chat. And that's a lot of the reason when someone is viewing a smaller streamer, it's because they want that one-to-one interaction with whoever's playing the game or doing whatever. So make sure that you are responding to chat as early and as often as possible. And so one of the things that I would suggest is that if you have your chat up on a secondary screen, you need to try and move your chat as close to possible to the actual gameplay that you're playing. If you're on Twitch, there's a pop-out method for the chat inside of the chat settings. I'm sure that there are other things like the Facebook dashboard. You can move the different columns of where your chat is located on your dashboard. So you want to be able to try and move that. If you're using OBS Live, there's a plugin that you can move the chat as close to possible. But what you're trying to get is something super close to where your attention already is on the screen. And when that chat pops up, it's really close to what you're already concentrated on. That gives you a flash, and that flash should indicate that you should focus to chat. So respond early and often and move chat as close together. That's kind of a 2A, 2B type scenario right there. Anyway, moving on. The third tip that I have for beginning streamers is sign up for an alert service. All right, Streamlabs, Stream Elements. I'm sure there's some more. Those are the 2 biggest ones that are out there. Each service has a little bit pros and cons for each one of them. And they're both competing on a regular basis to give more perks to each one, such as like merch, widgets, alert boxes, so on and so forth. There are many, many different things that are correlated with each one of the things. You should research each one of them. I will go into depth probably in a later video that will give you a little bit more insight into what each one has to offer and which one I prefer. But definitely get an alert service. When you have someone interact with your stream, such as a follow, a tip, I don't know, subscription, share, any of that sort of stuff. If you're on Facebook, depending on what platform you're on, so forth and so on. What you want to do is make sure that you acknowledge that person and what they're doing. You want a like or a follow to pop up and have a cool sound, something that's unique. You want to have a visual that they haven't seen somewhere else, so you look unique. Going to some sort of other site in order to actually get something unique that's specially made for your channel. That can get kind of costly for beginning streamers. I wouldn't advise that, but that's what we'll develop into as we grow the stream. And it's something that would be able to give your viewers something to reflect off. Those alerts make them feel appreciated. They get to see their name on screen, and it makes them feel like they're a part of the stream, which is what we're going for, to try and get people to connect with the stream together. So, next tip is number 4. Number 4 is to be consistent. And I understand that there's a lot of times where people put that out there, and a lot of people get, I don't want to say a lot of people, there's a few people out there who will probably get into the thing of, I am consistently trying. I am putting forth the effort. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about setting a schedule. Now, I don't understand. I don't, it doesn't matter to me. It does not matter to me whether you do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday every single week, and you only come up once a week. It doesn't matter to me, but you need to make sure that when you've set that schedule, that you come back to that schedule all the time. We're not talking 6:35. We're not talking so I have 6:30, right? I stream every day, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. If anybody ever wants to watch my stream, they know that for those 3.5 hours, I am live on twitch.tv, and they can come there and they can watch. They can interact with me. They can ask questions. They can do whatever they need to do. If they want to have some entertainment, I'm there. If they want to have a buddy to talk to, I'm there. If they want to laugh at me and point fingers and say, haha, look at that fat butt, they can do that. It's all possible for them because they know exactly when I'm live. If a TV show, a sporting event, had some sort of time, if a TV show was just randomly thrown on the screen and you never knew when it was live or when the new episode came out, there's no way to get into, 1, a consistency or a routine, and 2, you would have to constantly try to figure out when they're live, and it's too much work for a viewer to try and figure it out all the time. So, having a consistent schedule helps pertinate you into the life of the viewer, and it really helps grow your stream all the way around. So setting a schedule, keeping consistent with that schedule is tip number 4, and it's very crucial to the success of your stream. Now, whether you take 50 hours a week and put it into the stream, or whether you take, 5 hours a week and put it into the stream, obviously the amount of work that you put in will help, give you better results, but be consistent with whatever you decide. So, the 5th and final one that is the most crucial, the most evident part of your stream would be organic growth. Find a way to make organic growth. So if you have the talents, the skills, now I assume that if you don't have these talents, I encourage you that if you don't have these skills, that you develop these skills, that you figure out a way to make these skills relevant for you. But you need to have the organic growth scenario, which is either making other content on other platforms to be able to have evergreen content that people can ultimately get at any moment of time. And then that will then point back to your stream regularly. That is crucial to your stream development. Now, if you're on Twitch or Mixer, this making content on other platforms is highly, highly, highly more important than what would necessarily be for the other platforms as far as Facebook and YouTube. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, you have an organic growth scenario. And if you don't have the talent or the time to develop YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, blah, 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 all the different social media platforms, if you don't have time to produce content for them, or you don't have enough energy to put forth into all of those, You will want to try and either start your stream on Facebook or YouTube, because those platforms are set up to have organic reach. Your post that gets put on Facebook will be shown to people regularly, and then on YouTube it will be shown at different times to different people. And finding that organic reach is absolutely essential, 100% essential for you being able to grow your stream. All that content that gets created, that gets put on YouTube or gets put on TikTok or whatever, will be seen by hundreds, even thousands of people. And then that will then in turn pull people to your stream so that they can connect with you. Again, Twitch, Mixer, you want to have those. Facebook, YouTube have an organic side. It's not as crucial, but if you don't have the time for making YouTube, TikTok, blah, 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 then you should probably think about doing either Facebook or YouTube so that that content is constantly there and shown to people on a regular basis. Anyway, this has been the top 5 tips for beginning streamers that I have currently at this moment in 2020. If you enjoyed this content, think about leaving a like, hitting the sub button would be absolutely amazing. I appreciate you taking the time today to watch this video. And if you would, come find me on Twitch. That would be absolutely amazing. Love you, beautiful faces. I will see you in the next video. We're gonna be moving into trying to give more tips and tricks all the time on this channel. We'll see where it goes. Thank you for your time. Have a beautiful day. I will catch you next time. Bye.